The sport that we will be talking about today is women's lacrosse. We will be showing you many adaptations that can be made to include those with special needs. The first adaptation that we'll be making is a different ball. As you can see here, the lacrosse ball is much harder and bounces a lot higher when it's just dropped from the lacrosse stick. Now, when we use a tennis ball, it does not bounce quite as high and is definitely not as hard as a lacrosse ball, so people with special needs will be able to control it more easily. This shows how hard and therefore dangerous the balls can be. As you can see, the tennis ball is much softer. Lacrosse can also be adapted for those who use wheelchairs. The first way is to change the surface that the game is played on by using a tennis court, for example, that can allow the wheelchair to move more easily instead of a grass field where the game is normally played. This would allow the wheelchair users to be more mobile and move around the court more easily than grass would. The second way is to use a much shorter stick, as you can see here. It will be much easier to manipulate and use with one hand because the person in the wheelchair needs to wheel as well. They can also put it in between their legs to roll down the court. If they can't use their legs, however, there will be a part in the chair that can help hold the stick there while they move. Another adaptation that can be made is a rule change. On grass, it is easier to scoop up the ball without using the back of the stick. But on this surface, because it's harder and flatter, would be easier to roll the ball back using the back of the stick to pick up the ball. But it is illegal in women's lacrosse to use the back of the stick, so this is why we would be changing a rule to adapt it due to the change in surface. The final adaptations that can be made are to help those with visual impairments. First, the ball can be both light up and have a sound to help those pass and receive who have visual impairments, because it will be easier for them to see it if it lights up, and it'll be easier for them to track it if it makes sound. Also, each team can have their own device that makes a specific sound. They can then put this in their own goal so that both teams can more easily determine not only where the goals are, but which direction they should be going, and therefore which direction they should be defending versus attacking. This will also help those with visual impairments because it's more easy to find something with sound for them than using their vision. We talked about many adaptations that can be made to women's lacrosse today. One, the type of ball that can be used, the surface that the game can be played on, the type of stick, the short one versus a long one, and sound devices that can be placed in goals and in the balls to make it easier for everyone with special needs. It's important to do these things so that everyone can be included in the sport and everyone can feel like they're a part of something.